Okay. All right, y'all. Shalom, family. Shalom to everybody in the chat. It's good to see you all. And, I have a series of videos that I have put together that I want you to listen to. It just kind of puts in mind how the Bible said some of these Gentiles will be cleaving to us towards the end. And you can see it now. You can already see these things happening. And some of them absolutely don't want to go with their own people if there is segregation. They want to go with us and prefer to be around us over their own people. And at first, I didn't think it was that many videos out there like that, but no, there actually are many. So I'm going to show you this series that I have found on TikTok. So before we get started, please give me a one if you can see my screen. Please give me a one if you can see my screen. Thank you. All right. Here we go.
Oh God. I've been scrolling through Facebook and reading the comments on a lot of my For You pages. And I just thought I had to get on here and say something. So lean in. Come here, white people. We need to talk. I'm going to make this short and sweet. And I'm going to break it down because I know it's a lot of information and we're going to do it in baby steps. Okay. That way it'll give you a chance to really think about what I'm saying and to let it sink in. And if you want to comment on this, if your comment agrees with what I'm saying, great. But if it doesn't, then all you're showing me is that you are not even paying attention to the point of this video and you are still the problem. So, first of all, believe this or not, because I know this is going to be hard for you to grasp, but white privilege actually exists. Yeah, it's actually a thing. Um, we're not making it up, and I know you're like, oh no, we aren't rich. We've had to work hard our whole life for what we have. Well, yeah, that's not what that means. Okay. So it does exist. So what you can do about that is that you can use that white privilege to speak out against injustice, to speak out and help marginalized groups. That's what you can use it for. I mean, it could be beneficial instead of using it for the way you've been using it, all these decades. So something to really think about. Number two, entitlement. Why do you feel so damn entitled? Why do you think that the world revolves around you so much so that you have to jump on pages of Black people, Hispanic people, LGBTQ people just to say, oh, it's not me. I'm not one of them. I didn't do it. All that does is make you look like you did do it. Because if you're not one of them, then you don't have to defend anything. You're going to understand where these people are coming from. You're going to accept it and know it's true and not try to defend that crap. But if you're defending it, then 9 times out of 10, you've been guilty of it. You've got a guilty conscience. So stop being entitled. Stop jumping on spaces you don't belong and invading things that you don't belong in. Just shut up because you're making the rest of us look bad. And it's starting to really get on my nerves. And number three, and this is a big one, and this is going to take a lot out of you. I know. Okay. It's a big thing for me to ask, but can you please just start educating yourself? I mean, like really educate yourself, not the crap that you heard from our white history teachers in school who wanted to tell us whatever the curriculum says that they need to tell us about history. But really, really just dig in deep and really learn some things and listen instead of talking so much. Start listening, right? Just start listening and paying attention. Because if you spend more time doing that and less time invading spaces where you don't belong, defending things that we know that you're probably guilty of, then you could actually make a positive change in this world. You could really help people unite and come together better. And we might actually build some trust for a change instead of the constant shit that's going on. Um, because we choose to deny and we choose to, oh, our feelings are hurt. Why don't you like us? Why can't we get a special pass to be in your secret group? No, 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 stop doing that. It's just really, it's too much. So take these things in, think about it, meditate on it, comment if you agree. If you don't agree, then you still need to meditate on it a little bit longer, okay? Okay. Good luck, guys. Good luck.
You know, black people really don't give a shit if they can't be around white people, right? Like, you think that black people give a flying fuck that you're not going to let them into your racist ass place? Because I promise you they don't. What's really going to suck is not being able to go into black spaces like that. That's going to suck for white people who enjoy things that are cool and fun. That part's gonna, the part's really gonna suck. But like, we deserve to be kicked out. Okay?
Okay, hear me out. Instead of racial segregation, can we do segregation based on the sexes? Because I am down for that. I'm not really down for segregation against the races. I have no problem with black people, but males, I do have a problem with. Not even so much as black males, just white males. Tired of white males.
Joelle, Nicole Johnson, she made a really good point. She said, bring back segregation. Let's do it. We're going to have black-only restaurants, black-only shops, black-only theme parks, black-only everything, right? Those will be the only good places to go. With all the good food, the good music, it would bring me so much joy to see that. And they're not saying like, hey, you know, it's really truly blacks only. They would allow the approved whiteys like myself to come and think about it. That would kill all the racists that not only black people are spending their hard-earned dollars on only black businesses, but white people are too.
White people, how do you feel about the segregation ban?
I would rather shit in my hands and clap as hard as I can. Segregation? No.
As a white woman, I'm not shopping nowhere that's white only. I'm just not. I will find a way to support black businesses and Spanish businesses and Oriental businesses long before I shop anywhere that is white only. Y'all keep that weird shit to yourself. And I understand why my black friends are like, no, segregate us. Maybe we'll have some peace and some safety. Maybe you will. And maybe that could be beneficial. But at the end of the day, I'm not shopping nowhere that's whites only. I got white friends that will burn that motherfucker down the second they see that sign on your wall. So go ahead and fuck around and find out if you want to. And I don't want to hear you other white people out here going on about how it's just federal contracts and they haven't done that it's just you think they're going to stop there? Because they're not. This is only the beginning. And if you don't fight from the beginning, then what are you even here for? Sounds to me like you're making excuses because you're low-key undercover racist yourself and you don't care. If you're not using your white privilege to defend your black friends and your Spanish friends and your Oriental friends, then what are you really doing besides being undercover racist? Just say that shit with your chest, be proud of it, and own your whiteness and your white people and your kind, because that's what that is. You want to stick with your kind, not me. Take me out of here. Take me with you. I want to stay with these white people.
He didn't dismantle the Department of Education and then end segregation on back-to-back days, guys, for no reason. This is about the government becoming segregated, not a business. Businesses have been discriminating against black people. I know communities in pools to this day that do not allow black people in. So segregation's been going on with businesses. This is about the government.
If segregation becomes a thing again, I will take my happy ass up into every motherfucking white establishment, and I will no longer be identifying as a white woman. I will be identifying as a white problem. Thank you.
I have no idea what's going on in this godforsaken country, but what I do know, if you are a business owner, if you hang a sign in your establishment that says whites only, you will not get a penny from me. Not a damn penny.
Well, I'm just sitting out here on the veranda, baby, taking a minute to myself. And somebody wanted me to talk about the segregation thing, honey. Hate bait. I thought we were all on the same page about this. Is there any more to actually say about this? I guess there is, or I wouldn't be asked. It's just more hate bait, baby. More hate bait. That's all it is. They are just chomping at the bit to get the black and the brown community in the streets to clown, honey, so that they can enact martial law. And it's not going to work out the way Daddy thinks it is. Not at all. Nobody's falling for that. Have you lost your mind, baby? Nobody's falling for that. We're all clear on that, dear. We're all clear. You can get rid of DEI and you can rip up entire fucking streets if you want to. My black and brown sisters and brothers are not getting in the fucking street to play with you. They're not. And by the way, Daddy, that martial law play you keep trying to play is not going to go your way. No, Daddy. No, it's not. As a matter of fact, I'm pretty sure you've already had some conversations behind closed doors about how that's not going to go your way. I'm pretty sure you've already had a meeting with your friend that heads up the fairy little Mary Proud Boys about what buttons to push to get the black and the brown communities out in the street. Yes, they want to be deputized. And you're trying to find a reason to deputize them so they can get in the street and do what they've always wanted to do legally. Nobody's falling for it. Not a soul, but I'd like to remind you something about hate. It just so happens hate is a two-way street. If you want to play, we can fucking play. If you think you're going to put up your little vinyl signs that say whites only here, get ready to see a whole bunch of vinyl signs that say blacks only, browns only, Democrats only. You want to change laws to go in the way of hate? Baby. Some things in life are like that thick-ass rubber band that comes on a Sunday newspaper. Y'all remember the Sunday paper? The Sunday paper is the biggest paper. And it come with a big, thick rubber band. I don't even think they make rubber bands like that anymore. Anyway, sometimes when you would try to take that rubber band off that Sunday paper, that son of a bitch would pop back and hit you and leave a whelp on your arm that would be there till next Sunday when the new paper came. That's hate, honey. It will always snap back and fucking hit you. Always. Two-way street. We already have establishments across the USA today that are refusing service to MAGA voters. Two-way street, honey. Two-way street.
So this whole segregation thing, can I come on the colored side though? White people scare me.
If I see one fucking place with a whites only sign, not only am I ripping up the sign, but I'm fucking going in there and I'm fucking saying something. I just spit, sorry. And I'm gonna spit on them too!
No, these people are a trip. Actually, there were way more I could have gotten, but I figured this few were good enough. Yeah, colored and... Do people even say that? Really? Do people even say colored? Man. Monica Gregory, thank you so much for the super sticker. Only 60 games played. Peace and blessings, family, and shalom to you, Lisa. Well, shalom to you too. Derek Johnson, thank you for the super sticker. And thank you for the support for my channel. Yeah, well, they can't do nothing unless we allow them to. And by keeping control over everything, just stay out of the streets. They can't do nothing unless they have access to you. So take that access away from them and stay in your house on the 5th. You know, they are itching to try to convince us to go out for this allegedly million to 2 million people march in the country. They want us out there bad. But no, all we got to do is stand firm and refuse to go. Donald Trump certainly cannot make us go to the streets. I don't care what bag of tricks they got. Segregation is old. There's no shock value. And plus, there are many places that we don't go to, So there are parts of the country that never integrated. I know my dad was from Ocilla, Georgia. If you go to Ocilla to this very day, you got the white side of the town and the black side of the town. They have never, ever integrated there. And a lot of rural areas are like that in the country where even when things became integrated, the town can, just continue to be segregated. And that's all over the country. So I bid you well on your march for April 5th, but we're not going to be there. We're going to stay where it's safe. So y'all going to have to carry the burden all by yourself, as you should. Especially if you were one of those people that voted the orange man back in office, then it's your responsibility to fix what's wrong, not ours. So everybody, please enjoy the rest of your night, and I will see you all tomorrow. Shalom, family.